Not too long ago, I made a video on this chilling illustration from the Book of Bill. One that presents an army of parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. Bill's cipher reveals that there's only one timeline where Dipper and Mabel survived the events of the summer. In all the other timelines, they either ended up 6 feet under or became the worst versions of themselves. In that original video, I mainly focused on the idea of all these variants coming together and fighting to the death to decide who gets to take Prime Dipper and Mabel's place in the multiverse. But now that a high quality version of the spread is out there, and the fan base has had time to speculate, I want to dive deep into every single one of these variants, running through every timeline where Dipper and Mabel died. Or at least lost to the villain of the week. How did Bill end up striking a deal with Mabel? Why did Dipper join the Society of the Blind Eye? What about the universes that aren't depicted here? I'm going to give you all the answers you've been looking for, so let's get started. After I quickly plug our new compilation channel, Roundtable Rewind, presenting a bunch of Roundtable videos old and new, re-edited into themed compilations. The first one on Gravity Falls has been performing very well, so thank you all for that. And we got more on the horizon, such as Steven Universe and Adventure Time comps, so be sure to subscribe. And if you want to help us commission more dope art, like this awesome thumbnail by the talented Jakey Bones, or this new overlay by the amazing Hats Off Media, then consider supporting us over on patreon.com/roundtablevids. You get sneak peeks, and your name featured at the end of videos. Thank you so much for your continued support. Now let's dive in. Let's take it from the top and start with Gnome Queen Mabel, a timeline where Dipper and Mabel didn't even make it past their first big adventure without things going south. I imagine that the major change in this universe was Mabel complying with the gnomes and becoming their queen. We can even kind of see one of them lifting her up here. While this already isn't an ideal situation for Mabel, I think things took a darker turn from here. Dipper obviously wouldn't be cool with Mabel getting abducted and forced into becoming royalty. He tried to save her and failed spectacularly. Keep in mind, Mabel giving in probably means she never discovered that they're vulnerable to leaf blowers, and the twins would be unaware that the gnomes could be tamed by a dog whistle. So Dipper has no surefire way of defeating them. Even if he pulled up with the whole Mystery Shack crew, they'd be vastly outnumbered. They'd get crushed, literally. Dipper would have been killed by the gnomes, and any surviving members of his rescue party would become their human slaves, separated from the town as they're hidden deep in the woods. Bitter, heartbroken, and desperate to escape gnome kind, Gnome Queen Mabel has a far-fetched wish to seek out another universe where she and her brother could have defeated the gnomes and enjoy a peaceful summer. Little does she know that summer would have been anything but peaceful. Now keep in mind, Dipper dying at any point before the end of Gideon Rises means that Stan never comes into possession of Journal 3, and thus he's never able to make the portal operational, stranding Ford in the Nightmare Realm forever. Or it might leave Stan vulnerable to Bill's manipulation, as he's more desperate than before to fix the portal. But I don't think even the most dire circumstances would stop Stan from recognizing a fellow con artist. No shot he ever shakes Bill's hand unless it's to trick the demon himself. Next up is Blind Eye Dipper. As likely as it is that this Dipper is from a timeline where McGucket didn't save him from getting zapped by Blind Ivan, not only did it seem like the society just wanted to mind wipe them and throw them off their tracks rather than indoctrinate them, I also think there's room for a more compelling story. One where Dipper chooses to don the red robe. Dipper is a character who craves knowledge. He has a strong desire to learn everything there is to know about the world around him. It's why Bill is such a compelling villain for the show, because he has all the answers. He knows he can exploit Dipper's curiosity for his own benefit. For Dipper to sacrifice knowledge, he would have to be at his lowest point, where he's pushed past his limits and feels like he's seen far too much, hence covering his eyes with the hood. Not only does that embody the sentiment that ignorance is bliss, but it also sells a certain expression. Blind Eye Dipper looks very ashamed of himself. That drove him to start wiping the minds of Gravity Falls, himself included. So what exactly am I getting at? Well, I was thinking if Dipper's gonna fold and join the Blind Eye, then he needs to be in a terrible state of mind prior to the events of this episode. Something that would leave him racked with guilt. This is a timeline where one bad move derailed his entire summer. And coming through the series, I think I know where there could have been a divergence point that led to everything everything in Dipper's life falling apart. Into the bunker. That episode had so many close calls for the Mystery Shack crew, but there's only one moment where someone's life falls directly into Dipper's hands. And that's when the shapeshifter is fighting with Wendy. Dipper desperately tries to decipher which Wendy is the real deal. And although he ends up striking the shapeshifter in the timeline we're familiar with, what if in another reality he swung at the wrong Wendy? What if Dipper killed Wendy? What if he crossed paths with the blind eye, obtained a memory gun, and wiped his mind of anything Wendy? What if he wiped the whole town's memory of Wendy? What if the corduroys have no clue that there's a fourth kid missing from their family? Okay, that might be a bit much, but I do think something catastrophic like Wendy dying would lead Dipper to the blind eye. The gang is able to cover up the details so Dipper doesn't get in prison for murder, but Dipper feels guilty all the same. No words can change that. He feels incapable of redemption or salvation, feeling as if Wendy died because of his own selfishness. His pursuit for knowledge led directly to the demise of his friend, someone he cares for deeply, so he throws all of it away. While grieving, he's approached by one of the blind eye members and is sent down a dark path, helping keep the supernatural secrets of the town hidden from the masses so no one ever ends up in his position. Not to mention, if someone finds out that he's responsible for Wendy's death, he has to ensure that the truth stays a secret. Driven to the point of insanity, Blind Eye Dipper dreams of a reality where everything can go back to normal. Now I can see Blind Eye Mabel being the result of two scenarios: Dipper dying at any point prior to the events of the Society of the Blind Eye, or Blind Ivan giving her a very interesting proposition. If something happened to Dipper, the entire town would be in mourning. He and Mabel made a name for themselves in Gravity Falls pretty quickly, so there'd be more eyes on Mabel than ever before, as everyone's worried about her, on top of her being sent back home sooner than later. While she's still in town, the Society of the Blind Eye would offer Mabel a chance to wipe her memory of brothers. But she knows that the Mystery Shack crew in particular wouldn't just move on from Dipper, they talk about him all the time. So she wipes everyone's memory of brothers, ensuring Dipper never comes up in conversation again. But Wendy forgets who her brothers are, creating a rather confusing situation for her at home. And if Stan forgot everything he knew about brothers, he'd forget about Ford, never finishing the portal and leaving Ford stranded in the Nightmare Realm. Alternatively, maybe Blind Ivan has a lucky guess and pieces together that Dipper and Mabel's parents might be getting a divorce. Ivan has a lucky guess and pieces together that Dipper and Mabel's parents might be getting a divorce. Ivan has a lucky guess and pieces together that Dipper and Mabel's parents might be getting a divorce. Ivan has a lucky guess and pieces together that Dipper and Mabel's parents might be getting a divorce. Able to join the Blind Eye with the goal of reuniting with her parents, so she can blast the idea of a divorce right out of their memory, hoping the Blind Eye keep the masses in blissful ignorance until that day arrives. Wax statue Dipper is a bit trickier to figure out because, as far as we know, the wax statues were cursed, but they couldn't pass that curse along to human beings and turn them into statues. Who knows though? Maybe that was something they had up their sleeve, a hidden power reserved as a last-ditch effort to curse other people. Defeating Dipper and Mabel during their big battle and turning them into wax statues, melting the twins shortly after, forcing them to experience the same death they dealt onto the replicas. This wax Dipper could just represent Dipper getting killed by the wax statues and isn't meant to be literal, and ultimately it probably was just cool for the whole piece. But I don't like settling for boring answers. That's not what we do here. 16-bit Dipper might be a fate worse than death, as it implies that he'll spend the rest of his days getting beaten over and over in Fight Fighters. Because let's be real, who's going to be a Dipper main? He's been nerfed to hell and back. So I'm thinking if there's a hidden code to bring Rumble Skirmish into the real world, then maybe there's a code that can bring a real human being into the game, which happened to this Dipper, trapping him inside the arcade cabinet, and bringing the events of Fight Fighters to a screeching halt. Alternatively, Giffany did plan to download Zeus's brain into Romance Academy 7, so perhaps something similar happened to Dipper here. Or it's possible that in another timeline, the events of Fight Fighters unfolded mostly the same until Rumble hit Dipper with a different finishing move. One that didn't just fuck Dipper up, but actually put him in the grave. And since he was slain by a video game character, his soul respawned through a 16-bit iteration in the game. Now this Dipper is left with nothing but bitter emotion, waiting for someone to put in the cheat code that can set him free. Let's knock out two birds with one stone and tackle Shears Dipper and Amulet Mabel, as their variants that hail from the same episode. Shears Dipper is pretty straightforward. Mabel isn't able. Let's knock out two birds with one stone and tackle Shears Dipper and Amulet Mabel, as their variants that hail from the. Now this Dipper is left with nothing but bitter emotion, waiting for someone to put in the cheat code that can set him free. Let's knock out two birds with one stone and tackle Shears Dipper and Amulet Mabel, as their variants that hail from the same episode. Shears Dipper is pretty straightforward. Mabel isn't able to save him from Gideon in time during the events of the Hand of the Rocks to Mabel, and as a result, Dipper gets stabbed in the back by Shears, leaving Mabel all alone. Mabel gets sent right back home. Stan has a falling out with Dipper and Mabel's parents at the very least. Gideon wins, eventually attains journal number 3, and ends up taking over the town, as the twins are no longer there to stop him. Amulet Mabel is a much more interesting story. You could get a lot of Hanksy fanfics out of this setup. Amulet Mabel is a Mabel who fails to save Dipper and Gideon with Gideon's amulet, causing the two to plummet. Is a much more interesting story. You could get a lot of Hanksy fanfics out of this setup. Amulet Mabel is a Mabel who fails to save Dipper and Gideon with Gideon's amulet, causing the two to plummet to their death. Overwhelmed with guilt and struggling to cope with her brother's demise, Mabel keeps the amulet and runs away into the woods, mastering her newfound magical ability to dive deep into the supernatural weirdness of Gravity Falls, hoping to find a way to bring her brother back to life, or find a reality where he's still alive. Mabel with a dash of Raven or Scarlet Witch. You dig the vision? Imagine the rabbit hole that could send Mabel down, learning about Bill Cipher and the Zodiac, trying to prevent Armageddon from happening, as she knows that if her brother's dead, then the prophecy is impossible to fulfill, and all the while she's haunted by the ghost of Gideon. Like, his actual ghost. You know his ass ain't gonna rest easy. Next we have a variant that I overlooked in my original video, Dipper clone number 2. Better known as Tyrone, the clone that Dipper arguably got the closest to, even if natural selection played a big part in that. However, I don't think this is Tyrone in the illustration. I actually think that this is this universe's Dipper. Yeah, play the dramatic music, this is kinda crazy. Tyrone originally was the last clone standing in Double Dipper, aside from Dipper clones 3 and 4, who ran off into the woods. Well, actually according to Journal 3 lore, they came back to the party, hid in Dipper's closet, and then ran into the woods after they were busted. What if instead of calling a truce, Tyrone in this timeline pulled an old switcheroo, imprisoning Dipper while he assumes his life, forcing Dipper into the role of clone number 2. Maybe clones 3 and 4 are keeping watch of this Dipper in the woods. Either way, he's not happy having his precious summer memories stolen from him. Of course, there's also the possibility that Tyrone took over his life and just murdered him. Tyrone spending his days avoiding liquids at all costs. Submarine Dipper is a variant where my thoughts haven't really changed all too much. This is a timeline where Dipper, Mabel, and the gang all got eaten by the submarine trickster like Gordy, but they weren't freed in time to escape digestion. Or, if the submarine trickster doesn't digest people, they could just be slowly rotting inside his body, surviving off candy but having no water to keep themselves hydrated. I guess you could say it's a rather sweet death. Oh, brother. Well, I thought it was funny. No, I didn't. Right below Summerwing Dipper, we have a Mabel variant that I wasn't able to identify in my original video, but now I know for a fact is likely a Mabel who died or lost her Dipper during the events of the Legend of the Gobblewonker, their second summer adventure. Revisiting this episode, odds are the twins were killed during the Gobblewonker chase. Like, it really is luck that anyone would survive a crash like this. The power of the Toon Force was absolutely on their side here, but clearly it wasn't in every universe. Since McGucket was the one piloting this mechanical beast, odds are he'd be sent to prison for not only the Gobblewonker, but causing the deaths of Dipper, Mabel, and Seuss. And if McGucket goes to jail, the Society of the Blind Eye is never defeated. Ford may never come out of the portal, and the two never have their reconciliation. Which means this is probably a timeline where Gideon or Bill wins. Man, this is a dark video, huh? Zombie Mabel and Zombie Dipper are two more straightforward stories. They're just really, really heartbreaking. It's become a pretty popular idea that these undead twins are a result of Stan failing to save them in karaoke, and I completely agree. Mostly because it would be a huge gut punch. Not only would Stan carry immense guilt for losing more family members in a situation where he feels as if he wasn't fast enough, but Dipper's final moments would have been the lad blaming himself for getting everyone wrapped up in his quest for answers.
I wanted answers so bad I put everyone in danger. Now we're toast, it's all my fault, and no one can save us!
This would also mean that the invisible ink in the journals was likely never discovered, so no one would have learned that a 3-part harmony is the key to defeating the zombies, and no one would have discovered the cure to reversing zombification. Odds are the entire town became zombies, either leading to a worldwide apocalypse, or Gravity Falls getting blown up to smithereens by the government, neutralizing the zombie outbreak before it gets too out of control. Wow, again, this is not a happy video. Let's try to lighten the mood with Smile Dip Mabel. I mean, I don't really have anything to add from the first time I talked about this. Mabel got lost in the Smile Dip sauce, and she never came down from that high. If she didn't die from a sugar-induced overdose, then she might just be tripping for the rest of the summer. Her warped perception of reality leaving her prone to danger. Bill doesn't even need to make Mabel land anymore. Time Displaced Dipper is an interesting one, because he could be a result of either the Time Traveler's pig or Blendon's game. Maybe this Dipper and Mabel got killed while slingshotting themselves through time, or maybe the tape ended up malfunctioning during one of their time travel adventures, and Dipper's trapped in this purgatory-like state, unable to stabilize himself in this reality. Now things really get weird, as we shed light on a fan favorite, Pipper, and by proxy, Dipper's lost soul. We can safely assume this is a timeline that branches off from the events of Sock Opera, but after being duped by Bill Cipher, Dipper is never able to recover his body. While it's completely possible that there's a world out there where Mabel failed to stop Bill, and the Dream Demon kept Dipper's body for the long haul, leaving Dipper as a lost soul for the rest of his days, we can't ignore the morbid alternative provided in Journal 3, where Bill planned to jump off the water tower in Dipper's body, killing Dipper in the process. And since Bill can possess corpses, who's to say he couldn't get some more mileage out of Pine Tree? But I think there's a third path worth tossing out there. What if Bill lured Dipper into a dynamic that's identical to the one he had with Ford, where he's able to move in and out of Dipper's body whenever he pleases, striking this deal around the events of Sock Opera like before, so he just has to string Dipper along for a couple of weeks as Stan is on the verge of restarting the portal. By the time Ford meets Dipper, it's already too late. Bill's 2 steps ahead, and as soon as Ford shows Dipper that rift, it's Weirdmageddon time. Pipper and Board aren't the only Bill-possessed pines out there in the multiverse, as we evidently have a universe where Mabel, or Babel, exists. Bill learned from trying to infiltrate Mabel's mind that Pipper and Board aren't the only Bill-possessed pines out there in the multiverse, as we evidently have a universe where Mabel, or Babel, exists. Bill learned from trying to infiltrate Mabel's mind that she was who fit his soul line. What if shape? Well, unless one that presents an army. Not too long ago, I made a video on this chilling illustration from the Book of Bill. One that presents an army of parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. Bill Cipher reveals that there's only one timeline where Dipper and Mabel survived the events of the summer. In all the other timelines, they either ended up 6 feet under or became the worst versions of themselves. In that original video, I mainly focused on the idea of all these variants coming together and fighting to the death to decide who gets to take Prime Dipper and Mabel's place in the multiverse. But now that a high quality version of this spread is out there, and the fan base has had time to speculate, I want to dive deep into every single one of these variants, running through every timeline where Dipper and Mabel died. Or at least lost to the villain of the week. How did Bill end up striking a deal with Mabel? Why did Dipper join the Society of the Blind Eye? What about the universes that aren't depicted here? I'm going to give you all the answers you've been looking for. Parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. One that presents an army. Not too long ago, I made a video on this chilling illustration from the Book of Bill. One that presents an army of parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. Bill's cipher reveals that there's only one timeline where Dipper and Mabel survived the events of the summer. In all the other timelines, they either ended up 6 feet under or became the worst versions of themselves. In that original video, I mainly focused on the idea of all these variants coming together and fighting to the death to decide who gets to take Prime Dipper and Mabel's place in the multiverse. But now that a high quality version of the spread is out there, and the fan base has had time to speculate, I want to dive deep into every single one of these variants, running through every timeline where Dipper and Mabel died. Or at least lost to the villain of the week. How did Bill end up striking a deal with Mabel? Why did Dipper join the Society of the Blind Eye? What about the universes that aren't depicted here? I'm going to give you all the answers you've been looking for. Parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. One that presents an army. Not too long ago, I made a video on this chilling illustration from the Book of Bill. One that presents an army of parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. Bill's cipher reveals that there's only one timeline where Dipper and Mabel survived the events of the summer. In all the other timelines, they either ended up 6 feet under or became the worst versions of themselves. In that original video, I mainly focused on the idea of all these variants coming together and fighting to the death to decide who gets to take Prime Dipper and Mabel's place in the multiverse. But now that a high quality version of the spread is out there, and the fan base has had time to speculate, I want to dive deep into every single one of these variants, running through every timeline where Dipper and Mabel died. Or at least lost to the villain of the week. How did Bill end up striking a deal with Mabel? Why did Dipper join the Society of the Blind Eye? What about the universes that aren't depicted here? I'm going to give you all the answers you've been looking for. Parallel pines plotting their revenge on the Dipper and Mabel we've come to know and love. One that presents an army. For. So let's get started. After I quickly plug our new compilation channel, Roundtable Rewind, presenting a bunch of Roundtable videos old and new, re-edited into themed compilations. The first one on Gravity Falls has been performing very well, so thank you all for that. And we got more on the horizon, such as Steven Universe and Adventure Time comps, so be sure to subscribe. And if you want to help us commission more dope art, like this awesome thumbnail by the talented Jakey Bones, or this new overlay by the amazing Hats Off Media, then consider supporting us over on patreon.com/roundtablevids. You get sneak peeks and your name featured at the end of videos. Thank you so much for your continued support. Now let's dive in. Let's take it from the top and start with Gnome Queen Mabel, a timeline where Dipper and Mabel didn't even make it past their first big adventure without things going south. I imagine that the major change in this universe was Mabel complying with the gnomes and becoming their queen. We can even kind of see one of them lifting her up here. While this already isn't an ideal situation for Mabel, I think things took a darker turn from here. Dipper obviously wouldn't be cool with Mabel getting abducted and forced into becoming royalty. He tried to save her and failed spectacularly. Keep in mind, Mabel giving in probably means she never discovered that they're vulnerable to leaf blowers, and the twins would be unaware that the gnomes could be tamed by a dog whistle. So Dipper has no surefire way of defeating them. Even if he pulled up with the whole Mystery Shack crew, they'd be vastly outnumbered. They'd get crushed, literally. Dipper would have been killed by the gnomes, and any surviving members of his rescue party would become their human slaves, separated from the town as they're hidden deep in the woods. Bitter, heartbroken, and desperate to escape gnome kind, Gnome Queen Mabel has a far-fetched wish to seek out another universe where she and her brother could have defeated the gnomes and enjoy a peaceful summer. Little does she know that summer would have been anything but peaceful. Now keep in mind, Dipper dying at any point before the end of Gideon Rises means that Stan never comes into possession of Journal 3, and thus he's never able to make the portal operational, stranding Ford in the Nightmare Realm forever. Or it might leave Stan vulnerable to Bill's manipulation, as he's more desperate than before to fix the portal. But I don't think even the most dire circumstances would stop Stan from recognizing a fellow con artist. No shot he ever shakes Bill's hand unless it's to trick the demon himself. Next up is Blind Eye Dipper. As likely as it is that this Dipper is from a timeline where McGucket didn't save him from getting zapped by Blind Ivan, not only did it seem like the society just wanted to mind wipe them and throw them off their tracks rather than indoctrinate them, I also think there's room for a more compelling story. One where Dipper chooses to don the red robe. Dipper is a character who craves knowledge. He has a strong desire to learn everything there is to know about the world around him. It's why Bill is such a compelling villain for the show, because he has all the answers. He knows he can exploit Dipper's curiosity for his own benefit. For Dipper to sacrifice knowledge, he would have to be at his lowest point, where he's pushed past his limits and feels like he's seen far too much, hence covering his eyes with the hood. Not only does that embody the sentiment that ignorance is bliss, but it also a certain expression. Blind Eye Dipper looks very ashamed of himself. That drove him to start wiping the minds of Gravity Falls, himself included. So what exactly am I getting at? Well, I was thinking if Dipper's gonna fold and join the Blind Eye, then he needs to be in a terrible state of mind prior to the events of this episode. Something that would leave him racked with guilt. This is a timeline where one bad move derailed his entire summer. And coming through the series, I think I know where there could have been a divergence point that led to everything in Dipper's life falling apart. Into the bunker. That episode had so many close calls for the Mystery Shack crew, but there's only one moment where someone's life falls directly into Dipper's hands. And that's when the shapeshifter is fighting with Wendy. Dipper desperately tries to decipher which Wendy is the real deal. And although he ends up striking the shapeshifter in the timeline we're familiar with, what if in another reality he swung at the wrong Wendy? What if Dipper killed Wendy? What if he crossed paths with the Blind Eye, obtained a memory gun, and wiped his mind of anything Wendy? What if he wiped the whole town's memory of Wendy? What if the Corduroys have no clue that there's a fourth kid missing from their family? Okay, that might be a bit much, but I do think something catastrophic like Wendy dying would lead Dipper to the Blind Eye. The gang is able to cover up the details so Dipper doesn't get imprisoned for murder, but Dipper feels guilty all the same. No words can change that. He feels incapable of redemption or salvation, feeling as if Wendy died because of his own selfishness. His pursuit for knowledge led directly to the demise of his friend, someone he cares for deeply, so he throws all of it away. While grieving, he's approached by one of the Blind Eye members and is sent down a dark path, helping keep the supernatural secrets of the town hidden from the masses so no one ever ends up in his position. Not to mention, if someone finds out that he's responsible for Wendy's death, he has to ensure that the truth stays a secret. Driven to the point of insanity, insanity, Blind-Eye Dipper dreams of a reality where everything can go back to normal. Now I can see Blind-Eye Mabel being the result of two scenarios: Dipper dying at any point prior to the events of the Society of the Blind Eye, or Blind Ivan giving her a very interesting proposition. If something happened to Dipper, the entire town would be in mourning. He and Mabel made a name for themselves in Gravity Falls pretty quickly, so there'd be more eyes on Mabel than ever before, as everyone's worried about her, on top of her being sent back home sooner than later. While she's still in town, the Society of the Blind Eye would offer Mabel a chance to wipe her memory of brothers. But she knows Blind Eye would offer Mabel a chance to wipe her memory of brothers. But she knows Blind Eye would offer Mabel a chance to wipe her memory of brothers. But she knows Blind Eye would offer Mabel a chance to wipe her memory of brothers. But she knows
Yo, Gleb.
Huh?
What do you actually do around here, man?
What?
No, I'm not being funny right now, man. Like, what do you do at this company? Can you name one thing? What do you do here? Name one thing. Why did I even hire you in the first place, man? Oh, you quit? You can't quit because you're fired! Get out! Get out! Get out! Well, that sucked. All right, I'm gonna go take a dump.
Oh, Paul Gleb?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird in the group chat now.
Oh yeah, we should.
The Mystery Shack crew in particular wouldn't just move on from Dipper, they talk about him all the time. So she wipes everyone's memory of brothers, ensuring Dipper never comes up in conversation again. But Wendy forgets who her brothers are, creating a rather confusing situation for her at home. And if Stan forgot everything he knew about brothers, he'd forget about Ford, never finishing the portal and leaving Ford stranded. And if Stan forgot everything he knew about brothers, he'd forget about Ford, never finishing the portal and leaving Ford stranded in the night. And if Stan forgot everything he knew about brothers, he'd forget about Ford, never finishing the portal and leaving Ford stranded in the nightmare realm. Alternatively, maybe Blind Ivan has a lucky guess and pieces together that Dipper and Mabel's parents might be getting a divorce, getting Mabel to join the Blind Eye with the goal of reuniting with her parents, so she can blast the idea of a divorce right out of their memory, hoping the Blind Eye keep the masses in blissful ignorance until that day arrives. Wax statue Dipper is a bit trickier to figure out because, as far as we know, the wax statues were cursed, but they couldn't pass that curse along to human beings and turn them into statues. Who knows though? Maybe that was something they had up their sleeve, a hidden power reserved as a last-ditch effort to curse other people, defeating Dipper and Mabel during their big battle.
Mabel, do you believe in ghosts?
I believe you're a big dork.
Zeus, Wendy.
What's up, Mr. Bob? 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 Pines?
I'm heading out. You two are gonna wash the bathrooms, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely not.
Ha ha! You stay out of trouble.
Hey guys, what's this? A secret ladder to the roof?
I don't think Mr. Pines would like that.
Huh?
You're freaking me out, dude.
Can we actually go up there?
Sure we can. Roof time, roof time,
Roof time! Roof time!
Uh,
All right, check it out.
Whoa, cool! Did you put all this stuff up here?
I may or may not sneak up here during work, all the time, every day.
Yes! Me first!
Jackpot! High five. Don't leave me hanging. Ha! Oh, hey, it's my friends.
Wendy!
You guys aren't gonna tell Stan about this, are you? Later, dorks.
let's get out of here!
Later, Wendy! Good times.
Uh-oh.
What?
Somebody's in love!
Yeah, right. I just think Wendy's cool, okay?
It's not like I lay awake at night thinking about her. Uh-oh.
Random dance party for no reason! Go, 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 go.
Dipper,
What? Yes, yeah.
aren't you gonna get in on this?
I don't really dance.
Yeah, you do. Mom used to dress him up in a lamb costume and make him do the lammy dance.
Now is not the time to talk about the lammy dance.
Lamb costume? Whoa, is there like little ears and a tail or?
Well,
Dipper would prance around and sing a song about grazing.
Hey, look at that. Quitting time. The gang's waiting for me.
hey, wait, maybe I could, or we could come with you.
Ooh, I don't know. My friends are pretty intense. How old did you guys say you are?
We're 13, so technically a teen.
All right. I like your moxie, kid. Let me get my stuff.
Since when are we 13? Is this a leap year?
Come on, Mabel. This is our chance to hang out with, the cool kids. And Wendy and whatever.
I knew it! You love her! Love, 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 love!
Oh, hey, what's that?
Huh?
Hurry up!
In the belly! In the belly! In the belly! In the belly! Oh, yeah! Wendy!
Wendy! Wendy!
Hey, guys. These are my pals from work, Mabel and Dipper.
I chewed my gum so it looks like a brain. Blah.
She's not much for first impressions. Unlike this guy. This guy.
So are you like babysitting or?
Come on, Robbie. Guys, this is Lee and Nate. Tambry. Thompson, who once ate a run-over waffle for 50 cents.
Don't tell them that.
And Robbie. You can probably figure him out.
Yeah, I'm the guy who spray painted the water tower.
Oh, you mean the big muffin?
It's a giant explosion?
Kinda does look like a muffin.
Let's hurry it up, guys. I got big plans for tonight, huh?
Yeah, all right, let's get out of here!
Get in the car.
Ow!
Sorry, kid. I'll ride shotgun, all right?
Okay, just before we go, my mom said you guys aren't allowed to punch the roof anymore, so...
Thompson! 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 Thompson!
This is gonna blow someone's mind.
Mabel, please.
What? Am I embarrassing you in front of your new girlfriend?
Ugh, did you just lick my hand?
You're watching the black and white period piece Old Lady Boring Movie channel.
Kids! I can't find the remote and I refuse to stand up!
Stay tuned for the Friday night movie, The Duchess Approved, starring Sterling Stemmelburgess as the Duchess and Crampton St. Rumterfrabble as the irascible coxswain Saunterblug and Hamterfuppenshire.
Kids! No! No!
There it is, fellas. The condemned dust to dawn.
Whoa!
Neato!
Awesome!
Why did they shut it down? It's like a health code violation, or?
Try murder. Some folks
died in there, the place has been haunted ever since.
This town has such a colorful history.
What? Are you guys serious?
Yeah, we're all gonna die. Chill out, man. It's not as bad as it looks. Come on, Dipper.
Okay, just gotta get a foothold.
Dude, your sister did it.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hey, you know what? There you go. Sorry, dude.
Good job throwing the kid off the fence, genius.
Your mom's a genius.
Yeah.
This place is amazing.
I think it's stuck.
Let me take a crack at it.
Oh, yeah, I can't get in, but I'm sure a junior here is gonna break it down like Hercules.
Come on, leave him alone. He's just a little kid.
Whoa, kid, what are you doing? Go, Dipper! Punch that metal thing!
Hey, Dipper, take it easy.
Who wants to bet he doesn't make it?
Awesome.
Good call inviting this little maniac.
Your new name is Dr. Funtimes.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, man.
Nice work.
Do you guys really think it's haunted?
No way.
Nah.
Thompson, are you kidding me?
Come on, shut up,
man. Whoa, dude. Look at this place.
No way. Wow. What is it out?
Oh, man. It's even creepier than I imagined.
Yep, it's dust.
Hey, dude. Where do you think they keep the dead bodies?
Shut up, man.
Guys, check it out. You think these still work?
Nice. Whoa. Unbelievable.
Jackpot.
So what are we gonna do now?
Anything we want.
Put him in. 3 at a time. 3 at a time.
Oh my gosh. Smile Dip! I thought this stuff was banned in America.
Maybe they had a good reason. Ooh.
Hey, come here, man. We got it ready.
Whatever it is, I'll do it.
Thompson!
Dipper, this night is like legendary.
Really?
Just look around. The guys are bonding. I've never even seen Tamri look up from her phone this long. And your sister seems to be going nuts for that smile dip.
Ugh. Maybe I've had too much. What do you think?
Would you like to eat my candy paws?
Of course, you little angel.
You know, Dipper?
Do you remember your first job? So it all started when my sister wouldn't let me in the bathroom. I kicked the door until it broke. My parents weren't exactly happy with this. So if you guys watched last week's video, you remember Teresa, best friend since 4th grade. Well, she had a job and it just so happens her coworker quit. I wonder why he quit. So I took the person.
Oh, what a holiday Christmas. Oh, what a holiday Christmas.
and officially was on my way to buying a bathroom door. These blue shirts were our uniforms. My first job was... okay, a party host for kids' birthday parties. The parties were actually super fun. We started the kids off with a little hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato. Then we'd move on to another activity I would like to call the limbo. Every limbo boy and girl all around the limbo world. I'd have them play Follow the Leader. I was the leader. Okay guys, follow me. Whoops. We'd break for pizza and soda. It's pizza time! Yay! Did I mention this job included dressing up as characters in those hot bootleg knockoff costumes? Oh, that's why they quit. I had to dress up as Dora, Elmo, SpongeBob. I didn't even mind dressing up, really. It was mainly just the fact that it was 2,000 degrees inside the thing. The Elmo costume had a little automatic fan in the back of the head part that you had to turn on. That's how hot it got in there. Literally, if you didn't put that fan on, you were basically suffocating. It's like equivalent to someone holding a pillow over your face and pressing as hard as they can until you're dead. Anyway, we finish up with a little birthday cake. The party would leave. Good night, thanks for coming. Teresa and I would clean up, and that was the end of our shift. It was actually a lot of fun. I worked a lot of parties, weekend after weekend after weekend, and I was getting really good at it. Hot potato, hot potato. Everyone follow me. Oops. It's pizza time. Yeah! Thanks for coming. Follow me, guys. Pizza time. Yeah! Good night. Bye. Yeah! Get out. Okay, you get the point. So I was like, I gotta quit. This sucks. I was starting to lose my mind. Started to get really ticked off at like everything. Oh, speaking of, I forgot to mention our manager, Becky. Becky was like super nice to the parents, like overly nice to the parents, and then a total jerk to us. She literally did nothing to help out during the parties. She would sit in the back office with her feet up on the desk, and all she would do is pause and play the music while we were playing freeze dance. You know, the game where you dance and when the music stops you have to freeze. And then when the music comes back on, you have to dance again. Well, she wasn't even good at that part. She would always forget to pause the music. So we'd be like dancing for like an hour. So I had to leave the mat, go to her office. Hey, Becky, you forgot to pause the music. Oh, oops. Sorry. That's okay, Becky. Don't worry about it. As literal sweat was rolling down my head. So like I said, every little thing was starting to annoy me at this place. Teresa, I need you to do Follow the Leader today. I'm dying here. No way I'm doing that today. I always do Follow the Leader. I'm not going in that dirty playground. Okay, so I'll go in the dirty playground. Thanks. No! I was so on the verge of walking out at this point. I'm leaving. You can run this whole party by yourself. The birthday boy walks in. He had on an Elmo shirt and an Elmo hat. Oh God. It was gonna be an Elmo party. The hottest costume that we literally have. Yeah, I quit. See ya. No, wait! Don't do this to me. I'll do Follow the Leader. And Elmo. Fine. Now, Teresa honestly never dressed up in Elmo before, so I don't think she realized what she was getting herself into. This costume was the worst. Teresa went into the garage to change into her costume. Oh, the garage. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. The garage was like where we would change into our costume, where we would make the cotton candy. It had all the storage supplies. I don't know why we called it the garage. It was just like a back room. I think it used to be a garage and then they turned it into a storage room. But anyway, they knocked down one of the walls and replaced it with a curtain, so it's easier for employees to constantly go in and out. So here's the curtain. We'd usually dress up in costume, then walk out onto the mat, dance around like an idiot, and then go home and contemplate our lives. So the garage was like super off limits to kids. Not only was it dangerous, but all of their favorite characters' corpses were in there, so yeah. Every party, the one thing Becky would say is, did you close the curtain? Did you close the curtain? Did you close the curtain? And then she would pretty much not supervise us at all the rest of the day. But the curtain was like all she cared about. So Teresa comes stumbling out as Elmo. Finally, I wasn't dressing up for once. Elmo! Elmo! Birthday boy Billy was on cloud 9. Party wasn't going too bad. I was starting to feel a little better. We were dancing around. Everything was dandy. And then, are you having fun, Elmo? I can't breathe. Okay, kids, Elmo will be right back. We're just going to get a surprise for everyone. Yay! Get me the fuck out of this thing. So apparently I forgot to tell Teresa about the fan. Like, you really could die without that fan. I can't breathe. All right, calm down. Get me out of this thing. And if it wasn't bad enough, all of a sudden, we hear the dreadful words. Elmo? I forgot to close the curtain. We're fired. We're definitely fired. There's absolutely no chance we're keeping our jobs, Teresa. Teresa was blue. She needed an ambulance. We got a dead Elmo on the left, angry kids on the right. We got cotton candy just waiting to be eaten. I don't know what I'm doing. I was actually thinking about calling an ambulance for real, but I just imagined how horrific the 911 call would have gone. 911, what's your emergency? I don't really know how to explain this, but my friend is dying. Okay, where are you now? We're in the garage. Okay, and what does your friend look like? Elmo. Teresa ended up being fine. She just needed a little water. Billy, on the other hand, was scarred for life. We really messed that kid up forever, I'm sure. So that's kind of the end of my story. So yeah, all I can say, guys, is look up the song Hot Potato. Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat, Sweet Potato. Welcome back to Elle Cartoons. My math teacher in 7th grade had a black hole where her heart was supposed to be. There was something wrong with my middle school, okay? Because every single teacher in that middle school made me cry. And I'm not easily able to cry, but they had a knack for it, man. I feel like they had conferences in the teacher's lounge, like to go over how they're gonna get a new kid to cry that week. All right, Billy didn't cry yet. I heard he had some trauma with Elmo in his past. We should probably do something about that. Bring up Elmo next week, Mrs. K. Get him to cry. We gotta get on this. We've only made Elle and Julie and Josh cry. We gotta pick up the pace. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wallaby. I have not been obedient to you. Mrs. Fernst was probably the worst, honestly. She's the first teacher that's ever made me cry. So my imitation of Mrs. Fernst is not an exaggeration at all. She literally sounded like this. She was one of those teachers that held a pointer for absolutely no reason. So I had Mrs. Fernst for math class, and we had to take the final test for the marking period. By the way, this was in 6th grade. This was all the way back in 2001. So smartphones weren't even invented yet. Just want to make sure you know that. That's part of the story. You're just going to need to know that I'm a dinosaur. Anyway, anytime she announced that there was going to be a test, I would bite a pile of nails surrounding where I was sitting. And it wasn't subtle. Like, especially if my nails were painted, there'd be like green nails like all over the floor. And people would literally just be like, oh shit, we have a test today? I was known for this, okay? And I didn't care. So as I was biting a mountain of nails, she hands out the test. I look at it, and it's literally not possible to do without a calculator, in my humble opinion. I'm a finger counter, but this, I do not have enough fingers for this. But usually we are allowed to use calculators on our tests. It's never been a problem, but not today. Because this lunatic takes her pointless pointer and slams it down on top of my calculator, breaking it in half. In real life, she honestly only just like tapped it, but let's just exaggerate it for the story. Pieces of the calculator were flying everywhere. Trying to pull a fast one, are you? Fast one. Apparently, I didn't notice the tiny print she wrote. We're not allowed to use our calculators. It's possible that maybe when she was explaining that part, I was busy. Anyway, Mrs. Fernst flipped out on me in front of the entire class. What are you gonna do? Count on your fingers, Elle? You're the only one in the class that still uses their fingers. Ew, God, Lord, sorry. When you're a grown-up at a business meeting, what are you going to do? Count on your fingers? No. I could bring a calculator to the business meeting. Oh, please! You think in the future, everyone's just gonna be bringing around calculators everywhere they go? Fast forward to the future. We're all carrying around calculators 24/7 in our freaking pockets. Thanks a lot, Lady, you were mean to me for nothing. The second teacher that made me cry goes by the name Mr. Schwartz. Mr. Schwartz did something to me that was pure evil. Well, he did something to the whole class that was pure evil. Mr. Schwartz started every class clearing his throat. That wasn't the evil part, though. That actually has nothing to do with the story. But he did do that every single morning, and it was just really gross. Anyway, so Mr. Schwartz would give a pop quiz every 2 weeks. We'd do the quiz, he'd collect them, grade them on the spot, put all of the tests in order from best grade to worst grade. And then he'd get up and write everyone's grade on the board. He didn't put our names, but still. And apparently, somebody in the class that day got a 5.
Time to put the grades up on the board. Some of you need to see how low your score really is compared to the rest of the class.
Yeah, this guy would look directly at me. But of course, the psycho wrote all of the grades up on the board, so the whole class is snickering behind his back. What did you get? Which one did you get? Who got the 5? Who got the 5? You know who got the 5? I got the 5. But the whole rest of the class didn't need to know that. Except Mr. Schwartz! On the day I got the 5... Whoa! Whoops! Yeah, so I cried then. They called me 5 for like a month. It was tough. Then I got a 62 on my next test, so boom, baby. So the last teacher made us work in a circle so she can keep an eye on all of us at the same time. This teacher was very controlling. Mrs. Cooper. You always know that she's coming with the click-clacks of her heels. When she'd show up, every morning, she'd be holding this cup carrier of McDonald's coffees. They were all for her. She'd down all 4 of them in one 45-minute class. Apparently, the year prior, one of the students accidentally spilled her coffee, and she threw her chair. And she literally got suspended for it. So the next year, of course, I have this teacher. So we would get snack time in our middle school. And unfortunately, snack time was in her class. This particular snack would always calm me down. Whenever I cried, my mom just threw goldfish at me. This snack was the only thing I looked forward to in school. Snack time was at 11:30, but we had to wait for her to tell us it's time to eat snacks now. And usually she'd announce it like maybe 11:32 or 11:33. But now it was 11:35, and that's just not okay with me. But something you need to know about Mrs. Cooper is that if you took your eyes off of her while she was teaching, she'd flip out on you, and that's a comma. Now a semicolon. Hannah, can you sit up straight for me, Hannah? Thank you. So you better believe I wasn't gonna get caught looking at the clock. But I glanced and it was 11:45. My brown paper baggie is just staring at me. I couldn't take it anymore. So I decided to do something a little bold. I just wanted to gently remind her that it was snack time, because clearly she forgot. So when her back was turned, I just can't.
Entonces giras tu pierna 90 grados hacia atrás y después patea la pelota, ¿entendés? Tal vez. Vamos metiendo pata. Bancala un toque. ¿Algo así? Sí, tal cual. Gangol, ¿estás bien? ¡Mi máscara de comedia! ¿Por qué siempre le haces eso? Te juro que esa no fue a propósito. Ay, dale, eres un degenerado. Vení, Gangol. Siempre le sé lo mismo. Te quería mostrar algo. Entonces giras tu pierna 90 grados hacia atrás y después patea la pelota, ¿entendés? Tal vez. Vamos metiendo pata. Bancala un toque. ¿Algo así? Sí, tal cual. Tal vez. Vamos metiendo pata. Bancala un toque. ¿Algo así? Sí, tal cual. Tal vez. Vamos metiendo pata. Bancala un toque. ¿Algo así? Sí, tal cual. Tal vez. Vamos metiendo pata. Bancala un toque. ¿Algo así? Sí, tal cual. metiendo pata.
Carefully placed the baggie on my desk as a gentle reminder. Could we have snacks now? Mrs. Cooper took her hot McDonald's coffee cup and crushed one of my little goldfishies. And she can claim she didn't do it on purpose, but she knows what she did. She goes straight up freaking 2 inches from my face, opens her wide mouth, and just says, "No." I straight up thought she was straight up gonna kiss me. I definitely didn't want my first kiss to be with Mrs. Cooper. But yeah, it was like a wave of coffee breath. Eventually, she did let us have our snack. It was 11:56. I'll never forget that. All right, maybe it was more like 11:55, but it doesn't even matter. It was still evil. Anyway, what is up, L-Rats? If you're a new rat, comment below, say I'm a new rat, and I will heart it. And also watch another video, because I have a whole ton of cartoons that I made on my channel, so enjoy them. Also, I know a few of you guys commented that you wanted to know about my good teachers too, and not just my crappy teachers. But I actually didn't have any teachers in middle school that I liked. Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat, Sweet Potato. Welcome back to Elle Cartoons. I always struggled with feeling guilty for the dumbest crap, man. Before I get into my stories, my Sweet Potato got into a car accident recently. The good boy was just minding his own business when all of a sudden he was rear-ended by a rat in his class known as Evil Potato. Luckily, he did not get injured. Nothing a few kisses couldn't fix. But if he wasn't in preschool and he was on the real road, or if you've ever been injured, there's luckily steps you can take. And that brings us to today's sponsor. It's Morgan & Morgan. They are America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and are here to fight for people that get injured. So they have attorneys that focus on every area of personal injury. Workplace injuries, slip and fall, car accidents, nursing home abuse, medical malpractice, and so much more. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you don't just get one lawyer assigned to your case. You get an entire dedicated legal team. Case investigators, paralegals, customer case specialists, all focused on maximizing your settlement. Insurance has an army fighting to aim unless they win your case. That means no upfront costs, sign-up fees, all calls, meetings, texts, all time and effort they put into your case is completely free of charge unless they actually win your case for you. So if you're ever injured in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. You could submit a claim at forthepeople.com/lcartoons or by dialing pound law. That's pound 529 on your phone. Big thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring my video. And now back to my guilt started with Jeffrey the giraffe. So I had this specific little crew I used to play with all the time. Franklin, Patrick, Flippy the dog, Kelly, Rocky, which Rocky wasn't even a stuffed animal. That was just a rock from outside. And Corduroy. But there was one particular stuffed animal that became my life. So once I got Jeffrey, I guess you can say, Jeffrey was now kind of being prioritized. I mean, I straight up ate dinner with Jeffrey. So that night I went to go to bed and I was like, good night, Jeffrey. Night, Jeffrey. Night, Jeffrey. And then just before I was about to shut my eyes, I noticed Franklin staring.
Who killing them in the UK? Everybody gonna say UK. Reluctantly, cause most of this press don't fuck with me. The style one said, tell me cool down, down. Don't act a fool now, now. Always act a fool, ow, ow. Ain't nothing new now, now. Said, tell me cool. Who killing them in the UK?
Hi guys.
At me and looked so sad. Come here, buddy. Mwah. Problem was, it wasn't just Franklin. Wait, they saw me kiss both of them. If I kiss Franklin, I gotta kiss everybody. I didn't want anyone to feel unimportant, so I grabbed the entire crew and put them all right next to me. Good night, everybody. Wait a minute. I realized the ones on the shelf saw this whole thing go down. So I got up and I kissed them all. And then I felt bad putting them back on the shelf. So I took everybody back in my bed so they can all feel special. And it was kind of claustrophobic, but at least I'm not a bad person. Good night. And just when you thought it was over, I realized I have an entire closet full of stuffed animals that I've been neglecting. I stayed up till 1 a.m. just kissing all of my stuffed animals goodnight. Okay. And of course I couldn't put them back in the closet. L? Is that a rock? So I ended up doing this for months. I slept with like 900 stuffed animals every night because I felt too guilty. And so I literally got physically sick from this, okay? No, seriously. Eventually, over the months, I ended up getting like really bad allergies. All I know is my nose was just constantly stuffy and I didn't know why. My mom took me to the allergist and like we couldn't figure it out. And he goes, You don't happen to have a lot of plushies or stuffed animals, a lot of accumulated stuffed animals around your room or something, do you? What are you talking about? I'm just asking a question. I love them all equally. Well, it doesn't matter. Too many stuffed animals in an isolated room can collect an enormous amount of dust. That's probably what's causing this. Are you saying I have to get rid of some stuffed animals for the sake of my health? Yes. What a shame. Hey, it's doctor's orders. So my mom made me throw them out. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even crying. I did kiss them all before I had to throw them in the trash can though. And I kept Jeff. Another time when I was little, my dad was like washing the car and I was outside playing in the grass with my favorite blankie. It was a Lion King blankie. It had Simba's gigantic face on it. I loved it so much. Anyway, so we used to get a million ant houses all over our lawn. And I used to just watch these poor ants. It would take like 9,000 hours for them to carry this little crumb of food from across the lawn. I felt so bad. There's gotta be something I could do to help. So I went inside, I got a handful of the snack that smiles back, goldfish, and I crunkled it up as tight as I could in my little hand so I could make a gajillion crumbs. So I walk over to one of the anthills and I just sprinkle a little crumb of food like right next to the hole where they live so they don't have to travel 9 million hours to get a crumb from like the road. So I put the food there and I waited. And guess what happened, okay? An ant came out, looked completely shocked, and he took the food in one step. Oh my God, I felt like a freaking hero. I wonder what the ant is thinking right now. I have no idea how I'm gonna find food. My whole family's counting on me. What am I gonna do? My whole family's gonna starve. We're hopeless. We're hopeless. It's all hopeless. Ah! Holy shit. So as I'm going around doing this great service to the ant community, I didn't happen to realize that I was dragging my blankie right on top of the anthill as I walked past it. I didn't even realize I was doing it for like literally every anthill. And when I was done, I basically turn around and I see everything's destroyed in a trail of my blankie. I murdered all of the ants and their entire community. I'll never forget the feeling. As such a little child, the amount of doom that I felt in my heart. I wonder what the ants are thinking right now. Boy, I can't believe it. All the food. Everybody's talking about it. There's food outside of everybody's anthill. It's so exciting. There is hope. We're saved. We're all saved. Holy shit. So long story short, I freaking panicked. I was hysterically crying. I went to go get...
Who killing them in the UK? Who killing them in the UK? Everybody gonna say UK. Reluctantly, cause most of this press don't fuck with me. The style once said, tell me cool down, down. Don't act a fool now, now. Always act a fool, ow, ow. Ain't nothing new now, now.
My parents, and basically I made them help me go around to every anthill and like help me rebuild them. As I'm like shedding tears, I have ants all over me and all over my blankie. My blankie deserved it though. So the last story, my mom brought me and my little sister Jessica to the mall. Oh, and Greg was there too, actually. Hi, Greg. Hi. We went to the mall because we needed to get winter jackets. And every time my mom brought us to the mall, we knew we got to make a wish at the fountain. That was the only reason that actually got us in the car. So my mom's like helping us try on winter jackets. Greg got stuck in one. It's so typical of Greg. And I'm just like waiting for the fountain. And as I'm waiting, I notice a little 25-cent machine with freaking parachute guys in it. And I've never seen this before as a kid. This was my first time seeing little parachute men. I can only dream of getting one of these, throw it off of my balcony. I had the perfect balcony at home where I could see this man soar. I was dying to try this, okay? So after jackets, we went to the fountain to go make a wish. And I asked my mom if she can get me one of those parachute guys too. And she's like, you can use your quarter for either the fountain wish or for the parachute guy. Okay, she couldn't give me a freaking extra quarter. And obviously I'm not gonna lose a wish over this. But anyway, me and my brother always had a competition who can throw it like in the middle of like the very top part. So we threw our quarters really far. But Jessica, she got those little baby hands that just, she didn't throw as far as I noticed. So we're getting ready to leave. My mom's putting us in our jackets. Greg gets stuck again. Oh no, not again. Everybody seems to be distracted. I wasn't thinking. I stole Jessica's wish and I wiped her wish all over my freaking new jacket. Ran to the machine, got my little parachute guy, thanks Greg. And all I could think about was dropping him off the balcony. And once the hit was over, I was like, I stole Jessica's wish. Everything hit me. Oh my God, I stole my little sister's wish. She could have wished for something like important. World peace. And I took it for that. The shame. So long story short, I was hysterically crying. My guilt was ripping me to shreds. And I told my mom I stole Jessica's wish and that we have to go back to the mall. And my mom like really did not want to go back to the mall. She's like, oh God, what am I gonna do? She got a pot from the kitchen, filled it with water. We like sat on the floor. She's like, okay, Jessica, let's make another wish, like the fountain. And I'm just like, Jessica, make that wish that you made today. Make that same wish, make it again. Please, please. Thank you. I had problems. Oh, guilt. We don't like you. Tell me below if you could relate to any of those stories. I feel like either everyone's gonna relate to the stuffed animal one or nobody's gonna relate to the stuffed animal one. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching, and if you wanna watch more, get the popcorn out, binge them all. Also, I'm gonna start posting again on my vlog channel if anyone cares. Woo! All right, I'm gonna end this now before Sweet Potato. Stop, stop, what are you doing? Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat, Sweet Potato. Welcome back to Elle Cartoons. Sweet Potato. Hello, what are you doing? You're making a website right now? In the middle of my... Oh, it is? Guys, this video was sponsored by Wix. I didn't even know that. Wix is a platform where you can build your own website. Whether it's for business or your personal stuff or your artwork. They have really cool advanced tools like a drag and drop feature where you can just upload your work and drag it anywhere you want on the screen. It really gives you total creative freedom. But if you'd rather use a template, they have hundreds of those too, so you'll definitely find one that best fits your personality. If you plan on selling your stuff on your website, they have a lot of really cool features that can help. For my website, I'm just making a fun fun little L Cartoons secret spot where I'll display all of the fan art my L-Rats send me. And I'm making another section where I just introduce all of my characters from my videos. So you can have a lot of fun with this like I did. And if Sweet Potato can do it, you could do it too. Go to wix.com/go/lcartoons so you can create your own professional website. And when you're done, comment me below your website and I'll check it out and let you know what I think with a comment back. Thanks to everyone who makes a website. It really helps out the channel. And thanks to Wix for sponsoring this video. I have a little sister named Jessica. Well, she's not so little anymore. We're both adults now. I like her now, but back then she was annoying. Being 13 and she was 8, we had opposite lives. I had school to do and she would just be like, Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Living with a little sister can be really annoying sometimes.
Can I try now?
No.
Can I try now?
No.
Can I try now?
It was torture. So one time, school just got out for summer and my sister started selling lemonade every morning.
Lemonade! Lemonade! Lemonade!
I go out there and I wasn't happy.
Would you like to buy some lemonade?
No. We need to talk about this lemonade thing.
A customer.
Wait, hold on. If you keep being loud, what do you expect me to do?
You could talk to my supervisor.
I'm not talking to a stuffed bear.
Hello, sir. Would you like to buy some lemonade?
Oh, well, sure. Oh my goodness, this is delightful.
Thank you, sir. And if you leave a tip, I'll sing you a song.
Oh, well, how adorable. Here you go. Oh, the guy slips her a 20.
Thank you very much for the tip, 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 tip. That's it.
You've got to be kidding me.
Hi, miss. We're selling lemonade.
Oh. Delicious. My little sister was making like more money than probably my parents. Look, Jessica, no hard feelings about earlier. How about this? I'll join you.
You will?
I'll join you. Yeah, I'll be part of the team.
You really want a job here?
I'll help out. Where do I go? Where do I start? Where do I begin?
You can ask Teddy if we're hiring.
Hey. Hey, Teddy, you busy? I need to ask you if I could have a job here. What did Teddy say?
Well, Teddy said no.
What?
Teddy said no.
What do you mean?
He said you're not a good fit.
How dare you? I would be a great asset, Teddy. I'm talking to a bear. Apparently, Teddy said I wasn't qualified. Unbelievable. You know what? I'm opening up my own lemonade stand.
I don't know, you're old.
No, I could do this. I'm putting you out of business. They don't want me to help. I don't need them. I'll have better lemonade. Wait, how do you make lemonade? So I just went into my fridge, grabbed some juice boxes. I even cut up my pajama shirt and like took a marker, drew a lemon on it. Now I'm official. Shut up. You just mind your own business. Oh my God, a customer. So a customer was approaching the stands. This was gonna be kind of awkward because he's either gonna choose me or he's gonna choose the cute little girl.
Hello, miss. We're selling lemonade.
How sweet are you? I'm selling lemonade too. Just to let you know. Excuse me, I'm also selling lemonade. Aren't you a little old to be selling lemonade on a box? And that's kind of how the whole rest of the day went.
Lemonade!
No. Lemonade. Get a real job.
Lemonade!
Lemonade. Ew.
Lemonade!
Lemonade? No. Everyone just thinks I'm too old to be doing this. Which I totally am. I mean, come on. I didn't even care about the money anymore. I just could not let my sister ruin my whole summer. Lemonade! So that night, I just knew I had to make a plan. I just had to figure out what I could do to get the customers away from her stand, even if I wasn't making money, so I could get some sleep. An article came up, top 5 favorite things older people love. 5 was your lover, ew. 4th was cuddly animals. 3rd was money. 2nd was something very inappropriate. And 1st place, lemonade! Lemonade! I'm back. You don't have any friends, do you? No. What are you doing? You'll see. Would you like some lemonade? I don't have the money today. Okay, bye. Lemonade! Hey, didn't you hear me say I don't have any money? Yeah, I'm just giving out lemonade for free. Number 1 on the article, just free stuff. Oh, hey, Elle. Hi, miss. Hi there. Yeah. Are you still doing the free lemonade give out thing? And I didn't make a dime. But if you were getting woken up by an 8-year-old and your whole summer vacation was ruined, you'd do what you had to do. Meet at tree. Yeah, Jessica, what do you want? I don't want you to do the lemonade. And I don't want you to be loud in the morning. I was just trying to do my own thing, cause... My own thing, cause... My own thing, cause... My own thing, cause... Never hang out with me. How about I help out with the lemonade stand? I won't take any of the cash, okay? Can you hire me, Teddy? Teddy says yes. Whoa. Lemonade! 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 Lemonade. Oh, hi, Elle. Is it free again? No, it's not free. Cough up the change. Before I get into this video, we got a sponsor for this really cool game. This is Raid Shadow Legends. Forget everything you know about mobile games with more and start your journey. So let me tell you the story about the last babysitter I ever had. Me and my siblings went through a lot of them. Here's how it usually works. The babysitter walks in. My mom says, "Thank you so much for coming on such short notice." The babysitter says, "Of course, we're going to have so much fun." We have so much fun. Dumb. It's dumb. No, you're dumb. And then we never see them again. This has happened lots of times. Can you please just watch them for one more day? You know, I would, but I'm moving to Canada tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, and I'm dying. Actually, I'm dying. I didn't like babysitters, so I did what I had to do to get rid of them. Until one day... Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Sandy was the teenager from across the street. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, it's like no problem.
Here's the kids. And this is my little precious baby Jessica. Jessica is my mom's favorite. She doesn't say it, but we know. I like Jessica. I mean, she lets us do whatever we want to her. The other day, she let us push her down the stairs in a laundry basket. Another time, she let us squirt ketchup all over her body. My mommy came home and thought it was all blood. She would be devastated if anything ever happened to Jessica. I'll be back in 5 hours.
Yeah, you said it was okay for my boyfriend to come over, right?
Yes, just keep an eye on these guys.
Yeah, okay.
So Sandy, see that? She likes to play with dolls. I like to twist the heads off of dolls and then put them under her pillow. What do you think of that, Sandy?
Okay, whatever.
This teenager wasn't really fazed by my threats. Hey, Sandy! Ow! Aren't you gonna yell at me?
No. Listen, you guys go play or whatever.
I try to cause trouble and she doesn't care. That was boring. Ding dong.
Geraldo!
Hey, baby.
You're so hot.
I know.
Geraldo!
That's what I'm talking about.
All she cared about was Geraldo.
I love the hairs coming out of your chin.
I think my time messing with babysitters is over. Want to go push Jessica down the stairs in a laundry basket again? Okay. So me and my brother looked everywhere. Sandy! Jessica's gone.
Wait, what?
We can't find Jessica.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Geraldo? Did you leave the front door open when you came in?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Geraldo left the door open, so we're thinking she might have crawled on out. We started just looking everywhere. Jessica! Jessica!
Jessica!
So Sandy finally cracked.
Baby, calm down.
Shut up, Geraldo!
Do you think she's in the oven?
No, she's not in the oven, you freaking little kid!
You never know.
That's what I'm saying. We looked and we looked and we looked and we looked.
I can't believe this. I have to call the police. I'm going to jail.
Baby.
And why is this door still open?
There's Jessica. My sister was behind the door the whole time. After that, my mommy never had another babysitter again. Thanks, Geraldo. And that's it. That's the story. And now it's time for a nap in my sippy cup. I wanted to surprise you guys and have my 5-year-old self tell the story instead. I don't know. I hope that was fun. You guys, David and Crystal were the voices of the babysitters, and they are two of my really, really good friends. I would love it, love it, love it if you saw our collab on their channel. It would mean a lot to me if you went and gave them some love in the video that we did together. It's a game, a scary game that you guys can play along with. It's really fun to watch, so please go watch it. Link is in the description and hopefully also on. Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat, Sweet Potato. Welcome back to Elle Cartoons. And just to let you know, I have Elle and Sweet Potato masks in the merch store, since you pretty much have to wear a mask everywhere these days. Buy one if you want to support the channel, or just to stay safe. I used to be friends with this girl. This girl was named Debbie. We sat at the same lunch table in high school. Hey, Debbie. Debbie, look. I'm a walrus. If you had to describe our relationship, I would say it was like SpongeBob and Squidward. You're gross. She was the Squidward. There was a time that me and Debbie both got a job at Pizza Hut, and apparently so did a bunch of other hoo-has. They made us come in at 8 in the morning for Hut training.
Hi, everyone. I am your manager.
He's hot. Shh.
My name is Chris.
Hi. What the
Welcome to the hut. Any questions before we get started?
What's that wall for?
Just our little hut tradition. The hardest worker of the month gets their picture on the wall. With me.
Oh my god.
And we'll give you a free stuffed crust medium pizza.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with some Pizza Hut training videos. There are cameras, so I'll be watching to make sure everyone's paying attention. Make sure you take notes.
I want that stuffed crust.
No, I am getting a photo with Chris.
And honestly, Al, you're not really good at anything anyway, so don't even try. Debbie, there was no way I was gonna mess this up.
Our customers expect the same high-quality product and service every time they come to a Pizza Hut. Our job is to make sure they're never disappointed.
So after these training videos started playing...
We're not just making pizza. We're creating an experience for our customers. Think of it as making pizza that makes customers happy.
Forget the stuffed crust. I can't do this. Nothing was worth this torture. I gave up. Hey, Debbie, I'm a walrus. Shh. Debbie, on the other hand, was determined. She was bringing out like 5 pizzas at a time with a side of breadsticks, wiping the windows when no one even asked her to, answering like all the phone calls.
I'd like a large pizza.
Meanwhile, I would literally take naps in the booth. But one time we actually got like really busy and I actually needed to help out.
Okay, Elle, you'll be on as a waitress. Do you remember the hut protocol?
The what?
The protocol. How to take an order from the training video?
Oh, yeah.
Great. I hope you get some good tips.
I didn't really know their little hut whatever. What I did know was how to make money. Hi, welcome to Pizza Hut. And that is a beautiful necklace you have there.
Oh, well, thank you, miss.
Hi, I'll be your waitress. And what adorable little children you have.
Oh, thank you. Can you say thank you?
Thank you. Little angels. Welcome to Pizza Hut. That is one cool shirt you have on there, sir. It's just a blue shirt. The bluest. Well, thank you. Thank you. I poured my tips out at the booth at the end of the night and had piles. So 1 month later, we had another team meeting.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Okay, so you've all been doing a great job.
He's talking about me.
But there is one person that sticks out the most.
Here we go.
I'm proud to announce...
Yes?
Our employee of the month and the free stuffed crust pizza goes to... Elle.
What? I did nothing to deserve this. And I mean nothing. From like the one time I was taking orders on that busy night, customers sent dozens of emails to corporate like, our waitress Elle was such a sweetheart. We had a waitress named Elle and she did a wonderful job. Now I know what you're thinking. I thought you got fired, not promoted. Well, that's coming. After the meeting, I went to talk to her. Debbie, come on. How did you get it? How? I told an old lady I liked her ugly necklace. I don't know.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, come on. Hey, cheer up. Look. Who am I? Right? And that was the moment. Debbie. I knew the walrus thing was funny. 15 minutes later, I get called into the back office by Chris. You wanted to see me?
I've got some bad news.
Did something happen to my stuffed crust pizza?
No. Remember the first day when I told you there are cameras? We have you on the security camera, touching the customer's breadsticks, then putting them in your mouth and dancing around, saying that you're a walrus?
Wait, I could explain.
Oh, this is not something an employee of the month does.
Oh, okay. It was just one time.
No, we actually went back and see that you do this multiple times a day. There's Tuesday in front of this customer right here.
Oh, that guy loved it.
Wednesday, Friday.
Okay. I like the walrus joke. It's a good...
Okay, let me do that again. For those that didn't see. It's 1,000. Here's like I just said. You'll see like the little line thing that shows you like it's gonna go there. Well, and then we're gonna turn this off and then
Who killing them in the UK? Everybody gonna say UK. Reluctantly, cause most of this press don't
joke.
Elle, I'm sorry, but you're fired.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I got fired for pretending I was a walrus. I don't get the stuffed crust. Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat, Sweet Potato. Welcome back to Elle Cartoons. Sweet Potato. I've always had some pretty bad habits as a kid. I'd bite my nails when I was nervous, still do. I'd pick my nose when I was bored, still do. But the one thing I always did, more than anything I always did, was eat when I was sad. Still do. It was never really too big of a deal until one birthday I turned 17. And when you turn 17, you take your driver's test. So I took the test, I passed, and the lady gave me my new license. First time on the road, by myself. I kill a squirrel. On my birthday, right after I got my license. And some of you might be thinking, who cares? It's just a squirrel. I care. I like cuddly animals. I was hyperventilating, so I needed to find a place to pull over. And that's when I saw Burger King, and I just turned in. Oh, welcome to Burger King. Oh, what can we get you today? Number 6. Number 6, coming right up for you. Anything else? Pie. I'd like some pie. Great! Come on to the window. I ordered a number 6. I don't know what that means. I drive to the window. Okay, that's $4. Here you go. Are you okay? I hit a squirrel. Oh no! It's my birthday. Crew! Can we get this poor girl some extra pie on the house? Extra pie? You just call me Fred. I parked, threw the wrapper on the ground, bit into that baby, and guys, 2 pies later, the new habit was born. Hey, Fred. Steamy pie. Freddy! Steamy pie. Fred! Hey, Fred. So then there was one day, as I was eating in the parking lot, I felt something. The inside of my pants ripped. And that's when I realized I think I'm fat. Every single day after school, sometimes for breakfast, I just couldn't stop going to Burger King. It wasn't even about the squirrel anymore. Eventually, my mom became concerned, and my mom found a support group called Overeaters Anonymous, otherwise known as OA. So why don't we go and introduce ourselves? Hi, I'm Bob, and I am an overeater. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
I'm Lucy, and I am an overeater.
Hi, Lucy.
Oh, so you're new here? Yeah. I'm Elle. Hi. And I'm, are you an overeater? No. Yes.
Welcome, Elle.
Hi, Elle. Excuse me. Can I get a cookie?
Only after the class, remember? Self-control.
Oh, shut you, trap. Oh. So there's this lady, Barb, in the group. And I kid you not, during the class, she had about a dozen Reese's peanut butter cups in her pocket, started peeling off the wrapper and eating them. Middle of class, in front of everybody. And then when class was over, this lady stands up, wrappers fall all over the ground. That's when I realized, like, do I look like that? No, this lady is the one with the wrappers all over the place. I don't have that. Oh my God, I'm just like Barb. It was after that meeting that it hit me. If I don't change, then I'm gonna turn into Bar. Can I have a cookie? The next day, I did go back to Burger King.
Welcome to Burger King.
Hey, Fred, it's Elle.
Elle, what can I get you?
The usual meal, but hold the pie. So I started by just eliminating one thing out of the equation. I eliminated another thing. Before you know it, I kind of stopped going at all. Barb helped me realize that I do have a problem. And I do like pie. But there's nothing wrong with having pie once in a while, just not twice a day. So I slowly kind of just got out of this habit. Think I'm done with this Burger King. It's been fun. Pie. Guys, just comment pie if you made it to the end. And don't go to Burger King as much as I used to go. Your mom will make you go to an overeating class. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to my dumb stories. Last time I went and got pie was with my grandma. She's actually not doing super well right now, so she's 101 and can really use love. I'm gonna read her some comments. I call her Nanny, so if you're gonna write her something, just call her Nanny. I love you guys. Thanks. And as you're doing that, I'm gonna show you my ugly face. I've been trying to untangle this for 20 minutes. This is no way to live. Well, calm down, because this video was sponsored by Raycon earbuds. As a YouTuber, these little buds have honestly been the best purchase I've made in a long time. Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat. Where the heck? I don't know where he is. But welcome back to Elle Cartoons. So this story I'm about to tell you is about a time where me and my sister found a dog at the park that was abandoned. But like before I get into that, this is kind of awkward because like I have not done a video without Sweet Potato like in 2 years. So I'm trying to find him. He's been being really weird lately. Sweet Potato, what are you doing? You've been insecure? You don't feel beautiful? You've got all these accessories now? This video is up a lot. It literally came up to us like, please kill me. Please kill me today. And once I stopped the car, it went right over to my window. Like it thought we were its owners. I didn't know what to do. Oh, a doggy! Don't go near it. He's so cute. Seriously, don't touch him. He's not our dog. He rolled right over for a belly rub. Hello? We have your dog. He doesn't have a collar. He's a stray. No, he probably just ran away from his owners. And as we're trying to figure out what to do with this random dog, we freaking realize it's about to storm. This dog got so scared, it just jumped in my car. We gotta go. Come on, help me get the dog out of here. What do you mean? We can't leave him here. It's gonna pour. Everyone's leaving the park. Hello? Whose freaking dog is this? Nobody's claiming him. There's no cars left. You've gotta be kidding me. Somebody ditched their dog at the freaking park. And now it's in my car. We're not taking this dog. It's gonna have to die in the parking lot. Hell! It's the circle of life, Jessica. What if we played rock, paper, scissors? She convinced me to play rock, paper, scissors for the fate of this dog. Joke's on her, though. Rock always wins. You literally always use rock. I don't know what we're gonna do with this dog. Like, we literally have to take this dog home. Jessica doesn't care. She's just in there taking pictures with her phone. So I drive to a Petco on the way home. We get it like dog food, dog bones, and a tennis ball. And when we get home, my mom is just like, I'm not doing another pet. If you haven't seen my previous pets video of all the pets I've had, especially my last dog, maybe that will explain why I'm so hesitant to trust dogs. You might want to check that out. You take a picture of me, I swear to God. Come on, Elle, warm up to him. He's a cutie. No. Seriously, we need to find the owners tomorrow. You need to make like lost dog posters or something. We're gonna find the owners. Find the owners. So that night, it wouldn't stop storming. The thunder was constant, and this dog was freaking out. Elle, yeah, you're staying up late tonight, right? I mean, I got things I'm doing over here that are really important, so probably. Okay, I'm gonna leave the dog in your room. Whoa, what? I can't sleep. What are you doing? Oh, please, I'm trying to sleep and he keeps running around the whole house because he's scared. No, please? No. So we argued for a while. 'Cause Jessica the princess needs her sleep. What if we played rock, paper, scissors? So here's the thing. I might actually have a chance here. I always use rock. But she knows that I know that I always use rock. So she's gonna think that I'm not gonna use rock. You literally always use rock. Yeah, that didn't work. So now I'm stuck with the dog all night. Great. Anyway, he seemed to have calmed down since I was there. Like, even when there was thunder, he wasn't really loud and freaking out too much. He just kind of looked down in the dumps, I guess. Hey, dog. Dog. Why are you so down in the dumps? You're afraid of the storm? Well, stop it, or I'm gonna call you Dumps. That's what your name should be. Dumps. I'm not giving you a belly rub. I'm not giving you a belly rub. Fine. One rub. Just one rub. But it's only because I'm calling you Dumps. and it's degrading to you, you stupid. I don't know what happened during that belly rub, but Dumps and I, we fell in love. People, let me tell you about my dog friend. He's the one and only dog. I love him till the end. People, let me tell you about my dog friend. He's my furry boy, my cuddly joy. The happiest dog, I'ma buy him toys. He's the best boy. Now my bank account is all destroyed. Dog friend. He's my dog friend. Good morning. Morning. Thanks for keeping him in here. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I printed out all the papers. What papers? The lost dog posters we were talking about making. I had such a great time with Dumps that I didn't even realize this isn't my dog. I don't think we need to put those up today. What do you mean? I just got a lot to do, a lot to read. You don't read? What is this? Hey, stop. What are you doing? Don't touch that. Where did you get this? I overnighted it. On Amazon. You overnighted it? Did you stay up all night with this dog? We're in love, okay? Now, what else did you overnight? It's not important. So me and my sister were arguing for a while, but I agreed to drive her to the park so we could put up the posters anyway. But I just couldn't really help myself. I mean, every time she put a poster up, I kind of just... Well, that was a productive day. L. Hello? Yes. Do you have our dog? Oh my God. No. Yes, we do have your dog. The real owner's called. Papers must have fell through my shirt somehow. These people were gonna try and steal Dumps from me. The nerve. They gave us the address to their house. Dumps, do you trust these people? See, I don't know, Jess. Hell, it's probably the real owners. I'm skeptical, though, okay? Dumps doesn't even know where he is. What's the house number again? 12. Coincidence. Dumps, what are you so excited about? Jeez. Oh my God! Come here, boy! It's Munchkins! Munchkins? What kind of stupid name is Munchkins? I mean, really. Is he here? Boy, I missed you, baby. Come here. Ew. Dumps, you don't have to do this. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. How do we know that you're the real owners and you don't just want a free golden retriever? I'm pretty sure they're the real owners, Elle. Coincidence. So what happened? Why'd you leave him at the park? You abandoned him. Not at all. Munchkins is terrified of thunder. Second he hears it, he just goes off crazy. He got out of his collar. We couldn't find him. We looked for hours in the rain. Likely story. That's terrible. So glad we found him. Y'all want to stay over for dinner? I'm making biscuits. I don't want your biscuits. Oh, that's okay. We're leaving. Elle, you want to say goodbye? Dumps. I'm sorry that you had to stay here with these people. And I'm sorry that I didn't give you the belly rubs that you wanted when I first met you. If I wasn't too busy pushing your love away, I could have enjoyed more belly rubs with you. I'll miss you, Dumps. Okay, well, it was nice meeting you guys. Well, it was so nice meeting you, too. I'll play you rock, paper, scissors for him. No. I would have lost anyway. What a nice couple of young ladies. So we get in the car to leave, and... Wow, Elle, you're really strong. I would be hysterically crying. I spent the next week, like, just crying in my bed. Elle, leave me alone. Just let me lay here with my $3,000 worth of overnighted Amazon dog toys. Elle, I made you something. I thought maybe it could be a nice memory of such a good thing we did. Good thing? Yeah, Dumps loves those people, and those people love Munchkins. Dumps, sorry. You did a good thing, Elle. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I did. Thanks. Why am I such a good person? So I moved on from Dumps. Although I have moved on, sometimes I do wonder if he does ever remember me, though. Oh, jeez, honey, oh my, did you take a big dump in the toilet upstairs? I forgot to flush, didn't I? Oh my God. Oh, Dumps. Hey, L-Rats, you made it to the end card. That was a crazy little story I have been meaning to tell you guys. But anyway, a couple of things. My Discord is public now, so if you want to hang out with us, link in the description. Also, don't forget to support me with the plushie. Please get one. That would be really, really nice of you. And one more thing, I kind of have something pretty freaking crazy going on in my life right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what it is already, but if you don't worry, the next video coming out in 1 month is going to be all about it. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. I love you. Bye. Hey, I'm Elle, and this is my pet rat, Sweet Potato. Welcome back to Elle Cartoons. Yeah, so I figured I don't have really any ideas for a video right now. I'm kind of going through a lot. I'm still like really super pregnant. I'm about to explode with a baby. So I decided to invite over my siblings.
It kind of sounds like we're last resort.
I was gonna knock on the door.
No, I wanted you to knock on the door first so I could like introduce you to Big Sis.
You want me to knock before we come?
I'd appreciate it if you did. Just get out.
You want me to knock now?
Greg, knock on the door.
Okay.
Come in.
You want me to come in now?
Greg, come in.
Okay.
Come in.
Hey.
Hey, my siblings are here.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this with me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't have anything going on.
Where do we sit?
Maybe like move that pizza box over a little bit.
Oh.
All right, so basically like...
There's a rat on it.
Yeah, Sweet Potato will be around. Okay, so I don't know, like I just figured like we just have a little siblings chat and talk about what it's like to be siblings.
Why is there a rat on the pizza?
Did you guys ever get bullied?
I did get bullied. I had to sit at the No, why would it
The
clean
water
it?
looks kind of foggy in there.
Why would I need to clean it? It's just water.
You don't clean it?
No, why would I clean it?
Because it
the
grows
water.
mold. If
No,
you
the
don't...
water does clean it. What do you think you clean with? Water.
Soap!
So I'm drinking what I clean with. So it's doing the same thing all at the
Jess,
same time.
Jess, help me out here.
Doesn't it look foggy though?
Yes,
Greg.
Greg.
Like, you can't even see through
No,
it.
actually, Greg.
No,
No,
really.
but you do really need to clean that because I actually just read an article that bacteria can form.
It smells like bacteria, actually.
That's not good.
There was like mold on my house by the washing machine, and this kind of smells like that. It smells like mold.
Greg,
You want to smell
why
it?
are you drinking out of it then?
I don't feel so good.
Anyway, tell us about the bullying story. What happened?
For some reason, people like to just bully me when I was in
You're a
fourth
little
grade.
low, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I know, I know you're being vulnerable right now, but you get a little closer to the mic.
For some reason, people just like to bully
Okay.
me.
All right. Go ahead. No, what happened?
Yeah, so obviously I was jacked, good looking, and tough. But for some reason,
When?
kids,
You
my
were-
whole life, I was
Okay.
just, I was just genetically gifted. And
Oh,
but
yeah, we remember
For some
that.
reason, a couple of people, they're trying to make a name for themselves out there, so they just wanted to bully me.
What grade?
Yeah, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. But it's fine. It's fine. But anyway,
10, 11.
So
Wait, what were you gonna say?
I used to really like tuna as a kid, and I would have my mom make tuna sandwiches.
Oh yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, that's all I used to like. So they would call me names. Like sometimes they just say I smelled. Big Smelly, that was one of their favorites.
Big smelly.
That's what they would say.
Oh, sorry.
And then I definitely remember tattling on that bully for sure. I went to the teacher and I said, "Hey, this kid's being really mean to me."
Good for you, Greg.
And then they made him sit with at the girls' table, and it probably worked out for him, to be honest.
Yeah, that was probably.
Yeah, he probably got a girlfriend, got popular. Thanks, loser, Greg.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, remember when you wore 2 left shoes to school that one time?
How did you leave the house with 2 left shoes?
Lauren was always taking forever to leave the house. We're always in a rush. It's like very frustrating because I'm trying to be a good student. You'll be running to the car holding your shoes every time.
That's what happened.
That makes sense.
That's why. So when you got to school, you literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're walking up to the school doors. You literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're walking up to the school doors. You literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're walking up to the school doors. You literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're walking up to the school doors. You literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're walking up to the school doors. You literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're walking up to the school doors. You literally the car would pull away.
I never had my shoes on.
And then you would put your shoes on as you're
Right.
And then the car's already gone, and then you got to work with what you got.
Like what happened? You had to go throughout the whole day.
The entire day I had 2 left shoes on, and it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
I think you had the maximum amount of latenesses before graduation.
I actually got suspended in high school for being late too many times. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the day it happened. I was sprinting to homeroom because I'm like, no, this is going to be really bad. This is going to be really bad this time. This time's going to be really bad. And the bell rang, and she closed the door, and they had that rule. Once the door closes, you are not allowed in the class.
Really?
Yeah. You guys don't remember that?
No, because we showed up to school on time.
Yeah. What about you, Jess? Anything in school, or how about
There was one time I was in kindergarten, and there was like one day I wasn't feeling good. I went to the nurse, and she said, "Okay, like you're gonna go home." So I got up and I went home. I thought.